Alright, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network. Alright, y'all see what we got going on here? As y'all see the thumbnail, y'all read the title. Under the thumbnail. Yeah, man, today this video is dealing with LilCam brother. Yeah, man, LilCam big brother. HPD bring him in for questioning. And J.Prince Sr. pays 130k bond. While Quavo FaceTime Jazz, he better snitch on DJ Pat. Hey man, for all the people not paying attention to what's going on, y'all stay in the back till y'all catch up. You had 3 people who were shot at a private event, where 2 people were sent up and 1 was left in critical condition. So dealing with that, the HPD, they're gonna try and contact everybody and question everybody who attended that private event. And with that, all they need is J.Prince Jr. guest list. Yeah man, the same guest list that he put together for his brother Jazz private B-Day function, to see what them people know about who up the blickies, and on top of that, who actually did the shooting. I informed y'all, they arrested all 3 of the guys who allegedly had blickies inside that event, whom is LilCam, Migos Bands, and DJ Pat. And all 3 alleged suspects said they didn't do it, with each person pointing a finger at one another. Now, like I stated, LilCam brother was picked up, and he was picked up based on a prior case. And with that, they wanted to see what he knows about Duke the Jeweler and who actually shot TakeOff at J.Prince's private event. Now, before we get into it, as always, let's first pay our respects and say rest in peace to TakeOff, condolences to his family, and much love to all my folks in the ATL. TakeOff brother YRN Lingo, I know you're going through hard times right now, my brother, but at the same time, you do have a lot of love and support out there. Because just like you want justice pertaining to what happened to your brother TakeOff, the people who have love and support for TakeOff, they want the same thing. And same thing goes for Chicago's own Duke the Jeweler. Rest in peace to Duke the Jeweler, condolences to his family, and much love to all my folks in Chicago. That's the reason why we pressing the issue on J.Prince Jr. and his mob ties affiliates. Because again, sooner or later, somebody gonna say something about who actually did what. But right now, I know it's a lot of running around going on, because again, you got all 3 guys that's in custody, and each one of them is saying they didn't do it. And like I pointed out to you guys before, y'all got to understand, we're not just only talking about what happened with TakeOff. Going back, there were 2 other people that were hit as well. So by them not giving HPD the information they need, then they're going to keep going down the list to question everybody who attended that private B-Day function. And like I stated, man, LilCam brother, he was on that list. Now with that, that's how they arrest a lot of these guys, because these dudes be having priors. So the priors make it a probable cause to bring them in for questioning, especially if they miss any court dates based on a prior case. Then them folks gonna really try and get something out you. What I mean by that? Yeah man, they want you to snitch, tell it all. And at the same time, and those who were innocent bystanders, there's no such thing as snitching. Well, we know the people who were shot with TakeOff, their families want answers. Similar to Duke the Jeweler, his family still trying to understand why no major arrest has occurred tied to Duke's untimely demise, or nothing has come up pertaining to the million in missing jewelry. Now, a lot of folks seem to not understand how the process goes when it comes to people being arrested and brought in for questioning. Now, we all know J.Prince Jr. and Jazz, they were brought in for questioning based on Duke and TakeOff untimely demise. Yeah, and with that, the people feel like J.Prince is purposely hiding what happened with Duke, because no other arrest has been made since August pertaining to Duke being set up. But with this TakeOff case, they moving and making an arrest like they got a fast and speedy trial coming up. But again, I did inform you guys that 2 other people were hit the same night as TakeOff. So they families are pressing the issue right along with TakeOff family, because HPD even stated themselves that TakeOff family calls every day to see the progress of the case. Now going back, this video is based on J.Prince bonds out LilCam brother. HPD scooped up based on the prior case, and to see what info he can provide pertaining to TakeOff and Duke being set up at a dice game in Houston. So even though J.Prince Jr. and Jazz are being held responsible based on the outcome of the private event, then they are also responsible based on what happened with Duke the Jeweler, because J.Prince Jr., he invited these guys out with the impression that they will provide Duke and TakeOff with proper security. So at the same time, with J.Prince Jr. and Jazz, they may not be the people of interest, but it seems like they mob ties affiliates are. So that means they have questions for everybody that's linked up with the mob ties. And right now, they want to see what LilCam brother knows about Duke the Jeweler, and if there's anyone buying or selling customized jewelry wholesale in Houston. A lot of folks believe Duke's jewelry was already melted down and mold it into something totally different than what it was before. Now, that kind of work can be easily done in the city of Houston with all the lucrative jewelry spots going on. With that, some people do feel that Duke was possibly set up by another jeweler for stepping on toes, and that jeweler is connected to J.Prince and his son's mob ties. That's the reason why folks believe J.Prince is working with those people. Now let me explain. If Duke was set up going on 5 months ago, then why J.Prince never spoke on Duke's untimely demise like he did with TakeOff? Because Duke, he was also invited to hang out with your sons. Yeah, man, with all them folks invited out to Jazz private B-Day function, somebody gonna say something sooner or later. Whether it was Lil Cam, Migos Bands, or DJ Pat. I mean, it's almost been 2 months, and no one know what happened besides he and Quavo and J.Prince Jr. having a heated disagreement, which led to somebody up in the blicky. Come on, man. That's why at the same time, you have a couple people who was there stating that there was a minor back and forth between the Migos camp and J.Prince Jr. mob ties affiliates. And that's what led to J.Prince Jr. and Quavo having a disagreement, because each one of them was trying to tell they guys to calm down. Like J.Prince Jr., he'll be telling Migos Bands to calm down, while his guys is behind him acting all extra. This is from the people who was there. I mean, don't get me wrong, at the same time, before the shots rang out, everybody was enjoying themselves. But because J.Prince Jr. and Quavo, when they supposed to been the leaders, if they felt it was getting too heated, even between them two, they supposed to left and went home. Because if not, what you got to prove, man? I mean, yeah, it's sad. Now, folks is even hearing that Quavo is blaming himself for what happened with his nephew TakeOff, because he felt he should have left when TakeOff had advised him to. But again, because guys was losing money, they trying to stay to win their money back. But at the end of the day, we all see what the results are. And that's TakeOff being sent up right along with somebody else, and one left in critical condition. And on top of that, y'all can't forget about Duke the Jeweler. He ain't deserve none of that, man. He was just trying to take a trip out to H-Town to enjoy himself and handle some business pertaining to the jewelry industry and go home back to his family. So that's the reason why J.Prince and his sons, they got some explaining to do. To all the families, to everybody who was invited out to these private events. Like folks saying, y'all gotta understand, the more people they round up for questioning, the more they likely to find a person, the more information gonna come out, because they gonna start telling on one another. Come on, man, y'all already know how it goes. Especially when these officers, detectives, get to talking about how much time they could get behind this whole TakeOff and Duke the Jeweler untimely demise. Trust me, them people finna start talking. Y'all already seeing the domino effect in real time. Cause like folks said, once J.Prince Jr. and his brother Jazz were brought in for questioning, then here comes Lil Cam. And right after Lil Cam, it was Migos Bands. And right after Migos Bands, it was DJ Pat. Now we seeing the easiest thing you can do is get into trouble. The hardest thing is getting out of the trouble that you got yourself into. You feel me? And the easiest way to not get into trouble is staying out the way. Because we already know in today's age, everybody's seeking some type of attention. But like I told y'all before, man, we gotta understand that all attention ain't good attention. You feel me? Because at the same time, you could be out there enjoying yourself, but you don't know what the other people around you got on their mind. So that's why I always say, be aware of those around you. I don't care if they family or not, you feel me? Because if you have a family or a friend that's acting unordinary, it's up to you to get out their way, you feel me? But I know that's hard to do. Because most people got a fear of missing out. And that's probably the reason why Quavo didn't want to leave the dice game. It ain't got nothing with him being down losing money. Quavo, the Migos, they shoot dice all the time. Again, it's the fear of missing out. So even with TakeOff telling his uncle Quavo, let's go, Quavo feel like, nah, man, I came here for a reason. My message is always the same. Be aware of those around you. Stop thinking that those around you got your best interests at heart, because it's not always true. And at the same time, you only have a small amount of friends or people that care for you who actually watches your back. Everybody else, they may seem like they watching your back, man, only to be nosy and staying all in your business. But J.Prince Jr. and his brother Jazz, they got some rethinking to do when it comes to this whole mob ties checking in policy. Hey, but we got more in store. But as always, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network.